I just want to thank all of you for coming out today. One of the things about the Human Rights Coalition, the Human Rights Coalition is an organization that was started by individuals who are serving life in prison. Political prisoner Russell Maroon Schultz and several other political prisoners. One of the reasons why the Human Rights Coalition was started was because a lot of our loved ones is being abused in prison. Those who are charged with upholding the law are constantly breaking the law. So we wonder why so many of our loved ones come home angry and hurt and frustrated and tired of the nonsense. I spent 23 and a half years of my life in prison. 5 of those years was spent in solitary confinement. I was given a life sentence for a murder that I did not commit. My trial, after so many years, I got a new trial, was found not guilty. However, because I became politically conscious while I was in prison, and I gave my life to trying to educate some of the young men that were in the prison system, I became a target for the system. Because one of the things they don't want our loved ones to become politicized in prison to make a change in their life, to make the existence of prisons obsolete. So once you take on that role as a leader and try to make a difference in the lives of those in prison, you become a target. So with that, I spent 5 years in solitary confinement at SCI Green, SCI Rockview, and SCI Dallas. However, when I was at SCI Green, locked down with political prisoner Russell Maroon Schultz, Mumia Abu-Jamal, and so many others, one of the things that was taking place is that prison guards was coming in and abusing prisoners. They were literally abusing prisoners. I mean, I've been shot with stun guns. I've been sprayed with tear gas. I've been locked down on 4-point restraints 24 hours a day for 2 months straight on a metal frame, butt naked. The only time they let me off that metal frame bed was to eat or go to the bathroom. However, when we were complaining about the abuse that was going on, no one lent an ear. It wasn't until a guy named Charles Grainer went to Iraq and was charged with abusing Iraqi prisoners. And Charles Grainer was actually one of the guards that we complained about at SCI Green that was abusing us at SCI Green. But he had to go to Iraq to be charged with abusing our loved ones. We are fighting to stop the solitary confinement and the abuse in solitary confinement, because when we wonder why so many of our men and women who come home who are angry and frustrated, it's because those people who are charged with upholding the law are breaking the law and they're abusing our loved ones. We get charged with a crime, we go to prison, we do the time. We shouldn't be abused by those that's charged with upholding the law. You have an officer who take an oath under the color of state law to uphold the law, but yet because he don't like your son or your daughter, he come in and he abused them. That's not right. So one of the things we out here doing is we trying to stop the abuse of solitary confinement. We're trying to abolish solitary confinement, and we're trying to stop our loved ones from being abused. And that's why we're here. Many of us have loved ones that's incarcerated. We want our loved ones to do their time and get out and be law-abiding, upstanding citizens. It's hard when you being abused in prison. It gets frustrating. So when you come out, it's like a dog. You put a dog in a kennel, and the master come and abuse that dog and taunt that dog all day long. What happens when you let that dog out of that cage? That dog is going to snap and go berserk and attack anybody they come across. And it's the same way with our men and women that's incarcerated. They being abused, they being taunted, they being attacked, and everything else. So what you think going to happen when they come home? They're going to be angry at society. They're going to be angry at anybody who identify as law enforcement or anybody that wear a uniform. So what we want to do is we want to stop those people in those uniforms from abusing our children. Our children didn't go to prison to be abused. And that's why we here. You know, we trying to get people to join on to the Human Rights Coalition so that we can fight to stop the abuse that's going on in this prison system. So don't talk about crime. Don't talk about crime when you are sitting back and you allowing individuals to be abused in prison. Because those that carry badges can become abusers, and a lot of them have become abusers. SCI Green is a good example of road guards walking around abusing prisoners. And that's what we're trying to stop. So for those of you who want to stop the abuse that's going on, and wherever it is, we ask you to join on with us. And I pray to God that we can eliminate some of our loved ones from being harmed in those prison systems. Thank you.